Well, welcome to Mando Minecraft, my captive audience. um, I have to first apologize. I normally do not make videos of this nature during the day because, as you can hear, I have Paw Patrol in the background and a toddler running around. So it could get noisy. I am using my microphone, so um, it will, for the most part, make my voice the loudest thing that you hear um, because it's the closest thing to the microphone. However, I have tested it before, and it is possible for my daughter to get louder than me. It has happened. But this is the best way for me to present this to you. I don't really feel like a PowerPoint or just screen sharing, uh, I don't know. I just feel like this is the best way to do it. So anyway, welcome to Mando Minecraft. I've created my own YouTube channel as I build this out because I do want to make this a resource for other teachers. I've been working on this specifically for about a year now. Um, uh, you can watch my other videos that explains, how I went through the beta test and all that. Um, but really, the gamification and the using game design in my classroom started, I don't know, probably 5 years ago, the year after I became a teacher. My first year of teaching really taught me how powerful it is. And being uh, a coder myself, a gamer myself, and having made games in the past, and coming from that part of the world that I always wanted to make video games. I always wanted to be a programmer. And as I discovered Minecraft Educational Edition, I realized that it's a real amazing resource at the disposal of teachers to actually create lessons that the kids will be engaged in. And I've tried several iterations. I've had in-class games, I've had in-class competitions and challenges to see what would take and what wouldn't take. And as far as designing a game curriculum, having everything in Minecraft Educational Edition um, is very key because you will get engagement in class from some kids doing an in class game. So if I were to make this in class, and I couldn't make this in class, but to create a game in class, you get some kids who are interested, but not enough. Doing it through Minecraft or doing it through something that the kids can actually play, a real game. Here's a real game that the kids can actually play. They can log on and they go through it. All the kids will do this. Um, Even the kids who don't like Minecraft will still play it because, hey, I get to play Minecraft in school. Why not? And that's straight up. Like, I've had kids say that to me, like, all right, well, I don't really like Minecraft, but if we're playing Minecraft, I'd rather play Minecraft than do real work. So they don't realize they're working. So let's get into this because I hear the very significant beep of what I believe is my headset dying, and I really hope it doesn't die on me. Um, but anyway, um, so I created this version of HMS, my school, in Minecraft, and the kids will um, spawn here. Now, instead of just picking 5 of the lenses that I want to do, I started going through them and I've already hit several of these lenses without even knowing what the lenses are. So this video is um, presenting the work that I've done to you in the PD. Also, I've already done this work, so it is something that I've been working on. Um, right now, I guess I could make the next video, which is building out all of the professions. And if I get there in the next hour, I guess I will do that. And then you guys could watch that video too. But I really thought that this was, if we're doing this professional development and we're talking about the lenses of game design and how it relates to the curriculum that we're creating, I thought that this was, a perfect way to do a little bit of teaching philosophy using this Minecraft and this educational um, professional development to present this and say, hey, check it out. And I want more teachers involved. And I would love if more teachers started watching my videos and making comments, and I could add this or giving me ideas for things that I could do beyond what I'm doing on my own. Because no man is an island, and in order for anything to be great, you need teams of people. So this is me sharing it with you guys, and if you guys love it, maybe we could start a community. Um, you know, I made this resource for teachers, these videos, so teachers could follow along in what I'm doing and possibly do it themselves. Um, so this professional development is right up the alley of what I was looking for. So this is actually the perfect summer professional development to be in, and I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to do this. So let's get started. Number one is the lens of emotion. To make sure the emotions you create are the right ones, ask yourself these questions. What emotions would I like my player to experience and why? Or what emotions would I like my students to experience and why? Um, I would like my student to be excited that they get to play Minecraft in class. That's number one. That's the beginning. And then um, now, what emotions are players or students, including myself, so the teacher, having when they play now, and why? Um, as you know, initially, see, like for instance, me as the teacher, creating the world and doing this work is not as exciting as being in the class and watching it unfold and watching the kids actually do it. That is far more exciting to me. So, um, as far as the students, I want them to be engaged in this and actually be building their character. So they want to get the diamond swords and they want to get the better armor and they want to do those things just like when you're playing actual Minecraft. So I give them the option to play survival and they can go off and actually create their own thing if they don't want to live within the structure of this world that I've made. But also, um, in this school, they will be learning things along the way and increasing their characters' abilities and their gear, right? So you know you'll start off with a wooden sword, and that's terrible, right? So if you want to get the iron sword, well, you can mine iron, sure, okay, but you're not going to have all the items that you need right off the bat. You can't just go wherever you want. You're going to have to trade. You're going to have to work with people, and it's really going to be like society. So I really want the kids to be engaged in the character that they're creating in this world. And for the time that they're in my class, really enjoy learning new things within the context of Minecraft Educational Edition. How can I bridge the gap between the emotions players are having and the emotions I'd like them to have? I don't know if I can control that. Creating new lessons, creating cooler things, but really, the kid is going to get what they put into it. So um, I can set this up with the best intentions and try to use my teaching experience to gear it to go the way that I want, but kids don't always act according to plan. So we'll see. Number two, the lens of essential experience. To use this lens, stop thinking about your game and start thinking about the experience of the player. Ask yourself these questions. What experience do I want the player to have? I want the player to learn, or the student to learn, um, while they play the game without really realizing that they're learning. So they are learning, they are doing things, but it's not like, okay, uh, now we're going to, like some of the lessons in Minecraft Educational Edition are like, creating a Cartesian coordinate plane and placing blocks in that place. That's not really an exciting lesson. Okay, the kids will not be engaged in that. So the experience I want them to have is going through this process and accidentally learning. If that's a possible. Well, it is possible because I've already done it. It does work. What is essential to the experience? Well, exploration. So, uh, as we go into the game, we'll move along here, and the kids will come in, and I'm actually on creative mode. So once I get into the school, I will fly because it's faster. So they'll come in and they'll meet the Jeb Master, and you see it says you should start at room 100. It's dangerous to go along. Take this, right? So if I exit, he gives me a wooden sword, and it's in my inventory here, but I don't really need it. So I'm gonna get rid of those things. I don't need them. And now I can fly. And so he told you to go to the teaching theater, which is room 100. The kids who are playing, they are HMS students, so they already know the layout of the school. They will instantly recognize HMS, so they'll know where the 100 room is, or at least they will find it. And one of the key components to what I'm doing here is they eventually, as I make my way through, they can't get into any of these other rooms. So if you see that these are all iron doors, and they will be in a game mode known as adventure. So I'll set myself to adventure so you can see. This is how they start. They cannot really interact with the world. Okay, even if they have a pickaxe, they can't. It doesn't allow them to do anything. So if they were to run around the whole building and not participate or do what they're supposed to be doing, I was just checking to make sure it's still recording because the beep gets scary. I don't think that was a beep. But anyway, if they run around the whole building and they do not read or listen to the main guy, eventually they'll find the only room that is open to them is this room over here, the teaching theater. So they'll come in here and they'll find Miss Ashley Houston, and this is the core experience. Okay, what is essential to the experience is the kid actually traveling through, exploring it, learning different things. How can my game capture that essence? I just showed you. I'm gearing it so they have to do what I want them to do. They can't really break away from my plan, but then again, they can, because there are some kids who are really good at Minecraft and they might be able to figure out the ways around it. And I'm trying to think about everything as I go along, but kids are creative. Sometimes don't give them all the credit that they're due. The lens of venue. The places that we play exert tremendous influence on the design of our games. To make sure you aren't designing in a vacuum, ask yourself these questions. What type of venue best suits the game I'm trying to create? Minecraft. Does the venue have special properties that will influence my game? Yes, and that's the one thing is they would have to be able to download and run Minecraft Educational Edition. This originally was tested by me in class with all the kids sitting in class. So now with remote learning, it's going to be different because I'm not going to be in the world. So this does kind of require a class of students. This is still designed as an after you're done with your work kind of a thing. So after you've completed your work, this is the incentive. You get to play in this world. And because that's the incentive, that's why kids want to build their characters. They want to build their homes, their little bases, and they want to get involved. So like right off the bat, when you come here, the first room you're told to go to, you talk to Miss Ashley Houston. And by the way, it says talk to Ashley before you push this button. So you click on her and you're going to learn about player types. So if you click this, it takes you to a YouTube video explaining the different kinds of players of games. And then one of those is killer, which is people who like to run around killing people. And if you are one of those students who wants to do that, you can go play survival. Or even if you're the kind of kid who just wants to play the survival aspect of Minecraft and you're not as interested in the structure of the school, you can go do that. So What elements of my game are in harmony with my venue? What elements are not? That's literally what this is. So, in harmony, if you just want to play Minecraft, because there are going to be those kids who just want to do that, I have Play Survival. And here they are, sent to this part of the world. Now I'm in survival, so I'm going to change my game mode because when you go there, it changes you to survival, and I don't want to die. But also because I hear phantoms, and I don't want to mess up the world because it's prepared. You see, there was a pillager there. So I send them into the wintry cold. So if they want to play survival, I have now sent them away. They're very far away from the school. And the chances that they'll find their way back to the school are very minimal. Now, if they were looking at their position, so if you see in my top left-hand corner the position, if they were looking at it when they were in the school, or if their neighbor's still in the school, they could compare and find out where they are and make their way back. And that is also a possibility. So you open up the world to the students, and they're gonna have their experience, and you're gonna learn from their experience as a teacher as well. So here, what are the elements that are in harmony? Right here, you get to go play survival mode. So the kids will come here, and there's a little lesson. It's called the challenge. So this is a challenge to the students in survival mode, and they will have at it in survival mode and have fun with it in survival mode. And that's the breakdown. But they start here, they're in survival, pillagers are going to be coming after them. I have phantoms already because I haven't slept. I've been creating this world. And so they might have phantoms depending on if they slept. It will get interesting. So um, I'm very very curious to see what's going to happen. I really can't wait for the kids to come back. But now I'm going to teleport back to where I was. So this is if the kids were paying attention to their coordinates, they'd be able to get back to the classroom. Okay. And this actually put me in the classroom next to it. So if you push the button and you don't talk to Ashley, you end up here. And this is where I am right now, and I'm building out the classrooms as I go, and I'm putting lessons into it. So the next question is lens of surprise. Surprise is so basic that we easily forget about it. Use the lens to remind yourself to fill the game with interesting surprises. Ask yourself these questions: what will surprise players when they play the game? Does the story in my game have surprises, etc.? As of right now, there are no surprises. Well, there might be. What surprises a child is up to the kid, right? But I haven't put any surprises myself in the game. I will eventually have secrets, and kids will find secrets, and it'll be like secret challenges and secret places. I will build those in. I haven't gotten to it yet. I don't know if that's surprises. Right now, probably the biggest surprise would be you're walking around and a creeper shows up behind you. Surprise, boom. you know, um, that's a built-in surprise to the game. But I don't know about I haven't programmed any real surprises, at least not in mine. Now a kid might have a surprise, right? So for instance, in doing this, I have Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and I thought about when I saw this surprise, because I did scroll through the lenses before I started. When I saw surprise, I really thought to myself, hey, I need to put something that might surprise them. So for instance, surprise, the kid might become surprised if they go to the farmer bot, right? Maybe they don't know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, so they click on that and they're surprised to learn about those things. But if you click on FarmerBot, there's STEM and farming. Maybe they'd be surprised by the different applications of STEM and farming that they didn't know. Like I said, what surprises a kid, I don't know. But I have to think about that, right? So it made me think about that, adding surprises. I already thought about secrets, but I have to be more cognizant of possible surprises and trying to surprise them. Um, but then we have the lens of fun, okay, and obviously, so this is the fifth one, right? So I guess I've done my five, um, and it's 20 minutes. So I don't know how long I'm gonna be presenting this to people. Um, but you have your. I do want to get to at least the Maslow's hierarchy because I saw that it was there. Um, Aspects are fun. You're playing Minecraft, so the kids are still playing Minecraft. They're traveling through this adventure world I made them. They're learning about different careers. They're applying STEM, and then there's going to be lessons, math lessons, and work lessons that they're going to be doing as they're doing this. So it's fun. That's the point, and the kids love it. Curiosity, a lens of curiosity. What questions does the game put in my player's mind? Well, that's actually, you know, well, I'm playing this game. What's happening in this game? What's the next part? What's gonna happen next? Oh, what if I go to this guy? What if I go to that way? So I want them exploring. I want them exploring farmer bot. I want them exploring miner bot. I want them exploring all the different bots. I want them to explore all the different bots that are in um, this world, and I want them to be curious about different things and try different challenges and move around. And it's going to be almost like an MMORPG. So I want them to explore as much as possible. That's the essential experience, exploration. Endogenous value. I may not be saying that correctly. To use this lens, think about your students' feelings about items, objects, and scoring in your game. What is valuable to the players in my game? Um, yeah, diamond swords, diamond pickaxes, diamond armor, cool abilities and things that you get in the game that you will only, if you're in the school, you'll only get them by completing specific lessons. If you're out in survival, then you have to work for them. You have to work for them either way, but it's two different kinds of work basically. Um, and that's the part that makes it valuable. Kids will want to keep playing to build up their characters, and it becomes a thing because they're playing in a classroom. So when all 26 kids in the class are playing, the kid who's got the best stuff is the best kid in the class, right? I'm the best kid in Minecraft, and they like that competition, so I use it. Problem solving. Actually, if we go out to, well, actually, I can use farmer bot. So if I choose be a farmer, and then the kids come over here, you got Mr. Dwight Schrute, a famous beet farmer. You can farm beetroot. Um, but there's a farming challenge, and this farming challenge is actually to create a farming machine that will automatically farm wheat for you. And then eventually we would build that farm here and have it go into the school, and you'd be feeding the school and feeding the other students. So that's the first problem solving. Can you use engineering to accomplish this goal? Um, and that's pretty much a lot. There's going to be a lot of problem solving. Most of the things that I have the kids doing in here is using the engineering design process to create something in STEM to solve a problem. First problem, feeding the masses, because in Minecraft you have hunger and you'll die. The lens of elemental tetrad. Is my game design using elements of all four types: aesthetics, technology, mechanics, and story? Aesthetics, yes. Technology, yes. Mechanics, yes. I don't know about story. I don't really. This isn't like a questing story where I have some wizard telling you to go do something, and there's an overall story. This is more of the kids' story and more of their exploration. Um, and that's kind of what Minecraft is. It's a sandbox game, so it's more of you're creating your story as you go along, and every class is different, which is also the fun of it, and the kids like that part. So um, I'd say that it has all the elements. Okay, I mean enough of the elements to make it exciting for the kids. Could my design be improved? Absolutely. We could add story to this. There's a mod called Hexit for Minecraft, and that has story in it and that has quests in it, and that's awesome. So, even like if I were to write a book that we're sending a kid on a quest, I could add that in, and that might be one of the secret things that I do, thinking about this lens. Which is great about this PD, because now I have all these lenses, so I can start going through each part of this. So this is actually a very awesome um, tool for me to use as I'm building this out, to make sure that I have touched on all these points, because they're really strong. The lens of holographic design. What elements of the game rules? What elements of the game make, or curriculum, I guess we're calling it, make the experience enjoyable? They're playing Minecraft. And also they're building up their characters, and they're learning things, and they're creating things. So that's the enjoyable aspect of it. Unification. The lens of unification. What is my theme? Exploration of careers. That's the theme. Figuring out your needs and your purpose. That's really the main theme. The lens of resonance. What is it about my game that feels powerful and special? Well, I've been trying to do gamification in my class. I've done gamification in my class, and like I said, I have not seen anything as powerful as Minecraft, and using Minecraft Educational Edition. Like I said, even the kids who don't like Minecraft will still play Minecraft in class, because it's better than doing the work. So they think now they're doing the work, and they don't even realize it. The lens of infinite inspiration. What is an experience I have had in my life that I want to share with others? I'm gonna have to add that, because I don't think I have that in my game. But I've had, the experience of being able to teach, traditionally, and now using Minecraft Educational Edition is far more fun as a teacher. But I don't know if that's apparent in my game, so I have to add that. So I don't want to go through all of these. I'm actually just going to skip along to, because I've said a lot. We're at 27 minutes or 30 minutes. I don't know how long this video is allowed to be, but the lens of needs. So if we go back to Mr. Dwight Schrute, and we go to back to 101. So I have Miss Lizzie Alva, who's teaching about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and I'm actually going to add this URL right now to Texas Reality Check. Actually, I just had this thought. I'm gonna also make a video, because we're working. It's 11:10, and we're working until 12:30, so I got about an hour and a half. So I'm gonna leave this here, and then I'm gonna create another video right now about Texas Reality Check. So I guess that's gonna be part 2. Let me stop this.